Samsung Galaxy S10 was released in March 2019, and if you count, it is 3 years old. I recently picked it up, and in this video, I'm going to share my experience using the phone and whether you should consider buying it in 2022 or not. Samsung and other smartphone brands released a ton of new budget phones in 2022, but I still have my reasons for buying a 3-year-old phone ahead of a 2022 budget phone. In this video, there will be points where I compare the S10 to some of the 2022 budget phones. If you are in Nigeria, the Galaxy S10 costs around 145,000 naira, and that equals $350. Now, for those in the US, you can pick it up for between $250 to $300 on sites like eBay and Amazon. I'll be sure to leave some links in the description. There are also some important tips that you need to know before buying any used Samsung phone that I'll share before the end of this video. Firstly, the phone is a flagship. You can tell by its design. It has a glass build on the front and back. It is also covered by Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and Gorilla Glass 5 on the back. Most of the 2022 budget phones have plastic build. Although it's more durable, it feels cheap most of the time. Glass isn't as durable as plastic, and it is always important to cover glass phones with a protective case. It shatters easily if it accidentally touches the ground. The frame is made of aluminium as expected of any flagship phone. It has an Infinity O cutout on the display, and it's noticeable when you compare it to today's standard. I can say that it takes some screen space on the display. You will quickly forget it though if you get used to using the phone on a daily basis. The phone is compact and small at 6.1 inches. If you are a fan of small phones like me, then the compactness and size of the S10 is what you are going to enjoy. We also have another microphone for call at the top. I have the prism white color here, and it has a rainbow effect depending on how the light hits it. The phone has an IP68 water resistance rating, which is lacking on some budget phones of 2022. Although I won't advise dipping any S10 bought in 2022 inside the water. At the back, we have a unique camera bar, which also houses a heart rate sensor. For those familiar with the camera bar of the Pixel 6 series, we can say that they borrowed some inspiration from the S10. The back is smooth but slightly curved on the sides and edges. We also have an ultrasonic fingerprint scanner on the display that is good even by today's standard. It is noticeably faster than what we have on the Galaxy S53. The display is curved and it's almost bezel-less, but bottom part is noticeable. The overall design is simply astonishing, and even if you put it next to some 2022 phones, you will notice that the Samsung Galaxy S10 was ahead of its time in terms of design and build quality. The phone is lightweight, around 160 grams. On the left side of the frame, we have the volume rockers and Bixby key that can be remapped in the settings. The placement is a little bit high though. You don't get that Bixby button on any of the budget A series phones from Samsung. On the right, we have the power key, and it's also very convenient. Talking about convenience, this is one of the last Samsung flagship to come with a headphone jack. It also has a loudspeaker, microphone and USB-C charging port at the bottom. Sound come out from the top and bottom speakers, making it louder than a lot of budget phones in 2022. At the top, we have the SIM card and SD card slot. There are two variants here, one that supports one SIM card and an SD card, and the other variant has a hybrid SIM card slot that lets you use two SIM cards or one SIM card and a memory card. It is very important to know the variants you are buying. One thing that we must give Samsung credit for is the quality of their display, and it was boldly stated on the Galaxy S10, even though it falls short by 2022 standard in one aspect that we'll get to in a bit. We have a 6.1 inch dynamic AMOLED display on the Galaxy S10. It is very sharp, colorful and bright. The resolution is 1440 by 3040 with a pixel density of almost 800 nits when set on auto brightness. You can also set the display resolution to 720p or 1080p or even higher. It has an effect on the overall sharpness of the display. Outdoors, the display is visible and it's better than the display of a lot of devices released in 2022. Where the display falls short is the lack of a high refresh rate. Nonetheless, it is one of the first Samsung phones to support HDR10+. It displays colors as accurate as possible, especially when streaming content. You can also tweak the color of the display in the settings of the phone. Display is fast and responsive. It is one of the best features of the Galaxy S10. The Galaxy S10 was one of the first Samsung phones to ship with the new One UI. It came running on Android 9, and fast forward to the Samsung Galaxy S10 is running on Android 12 and One UI 4.1. Sadly, this is the last software update for the S10, and it's something you should consider before buying the phone. The UI is fluid and fast. There are also a lot of customizations you can do on the phone. The update also brought some Galaxy S22 Ultra features to the Galaxy S10. Let me know if you want a complete review of the software in the comment section below. Performance is very okay. My variant has the Snapdragon 855, which is rare for Nigeria, and it is a flagship chipset. It is also very important to know the chipset powering your Galaxy S10. before buying. There is a variant with the Exynos 9820 and it has a slight drop in performance. I wouldn't say the Galaxy S10 is suitable for gaming because of its size, but it will be capable of handling most games. It comes with 6 or 8 gigs RAM, and due to the Android 12 updates, you can also increase the RAM using RAM Plus in the settings, and the storage space is either 128 gig or 512 gig space of storage. I have the 8 gig RAM and 128 gig storage space. Background apps have stayed intact even after I closed them. Performance on this phone will be better than most of the phone priced around $300. The phones are mostly powered by the MediaTek Helio G96, which is a 12nm chipset. Overall performance is good as long as the phone is concerned. The phone has 3 cameras at the back that consist of a 12 megapixel main camera, a 12 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 16 megapixel ultra wide lens. Now I'm very impressed with the quality of picture that I'm getting from this phone, and I can boast that most of the phones within this price of this particular Samsung Galaxy S10 will not give you the same quality. We also have a 10 megapixel selfie camera up front, and here are some pictures that I shot with the Samsung Galaxy S10. Galaxy S10 has a 3700 mAh battery and it supports 15 watt fast charging, which is small by today's standard. It takes slightly over an hour to charge from 0 to 100. The battery lasts me a whole day on a single charge, no matter how hard I go. The number might be small, but the battery is really great. The phone also supports fast wireless charging and reverse wireless charging. It is important that before you buy this phone, you request for some warranty of sorts, because you are not getting any warranty from Samsung. Check the display perfectly and see if there are any openings to help you identify if the screen have been replaced. Check out the color of the display and make sure it is accurate all through. There are times when you will see some tiny dark spots that tell you the display is dying. Check out all the connectivity services on the phone like wireless and Bluetooth. Make sure they are working before committing to buying the phone. For battery, request for a week usage to make sure the battery life is okay. It should last between 6 to 7 hours under intensive usage. Make sure all the ports and buttons are working. It is very important to make sure you spend your money on a great phone. Since it's a used device, you won't be getting any warranty from the brand. To me, I think the Samsung Galaxy S10 is still a solid phone. It has an excellent camera and great performance for its price. You will hardly find any $300 device made in 2022 that will give you better performance and camera. Kindly hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.